Good morning, everyone. I would like to first off thank you all for being so patient these last few weeks. I know there have been a lot of changes, but I am here to assure you that they're all geared to benefit us in the long run. As your director, I am just here to make sure that everyone is on board. It's been about 2 months since Clint has joined our wonderful team of hardworking folks, and I just wanted to focus today's meeting on his transition in as associate director and any issues floating around that. So, Clint, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, thank you, Charlotte. I also would like to thank everybody for attempting to adapt to these new changes. I know it hasn't been easy, but I assure you, the quicker we adapt to this new infrastructure, the stronger the department will be.
Thank you, Clint. Mary, as project manager, is there anything you have to bring up?
Yes, I have been noticing a decrease in everyone's time management surrounding their workload. Several large assignments have not met their deadlines, and we're also behind in next month's reports.
I've noticed this issue as well, and I plan on speaking to particular individuals about it.
Thank you, Clint. But let's try to focus on any minor issues in today's meeting.
Thank you, Charlotte. I've raised my concerns earlier in the week, but I've received no immediate action. Getting these projects done on time, I believe, is not only crucial to keeping on schedule, but also for promoting our professionalism and dedication.
I would just like to say that ever since Clint has joined our team, this department has been on the road for success.
Thank you, Howard.
I have to admit that I'm having a bit difficulty adjusting. I feel that a lot of my responsibilities have been removed from my title and transferred to other employees.
Well, as we discussed earlier, Mary, this was simply so you could better focus on some of your project duties. And besides, there's no harm in transferring responsibility to your other employees. I mean, you do trust them, don't you?
Well, of course I trust them, but I feel like you've lost faith in my work ethic.
That's not the case at all.
Oh, not the case at all. I knew you were having some issues outside of work, and I wanted to relieve you of some of the stress.
Yes, Anne.
I would have to agree with Mary. There has been a tremendous shift in responsibilities, but no compensation.
And what kind of compensation are you looking for, Ann?
Well, it's just for the past few weeks I've had to stay in the office for several extra hours simply to stay on schedule.
Well, there's simply no room in the budget for a raise if that's what you're looking for. However, remember, you're accumulating comp time for your overtime, but I mean, if you don't think you can handle the extra responsibility that was trusted to you, I'm sure we can work something out.
Well, it's not that I can't handle the responsibility, but it was never discussed I'd have to stay past 5 every day.
Well, everyone has to work a little bit harder these days. It's just kind of the pace we need to get used to until we get caught up.
Exactly, Howard. And you should have let me know if you were feeling overwhelmed.
I'm sorry, I just didn't want to be a burden.
It's no burden, Anne. These are the things that need to be addressed.
I would like to also point out that some employees have been leaving work a few hours earlier than scheduled.
Clint, is this true?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, I am aware of it.
I've noticed it also.
Howard?
I have no idea what they're talking about. See, there have been a few times where I had to leave early, but those were due to certain circumstances.
Look, what Howard does on his own time is not the business of other employees.
Well, it should be when there's plenty of work to be done. I mean, it's simply not fair for one staff member to stay longer while another one gets to leave early. I mean, especially when we're the same classification.
You know, Ann, I really appreciate your sense of fairness. It shows that you're looking out for the sole needs of the department.
I would like to take this time to point out that the girls have been taking a few extra minutes on their lunch breaks. See, I'm always back in the office hard at work while other staff is still out having fun.
Do you know how hard it is to find a parking spot on campus?
That's right, especially when Ann and I carpool. It's simply smarter to go together.
Not when you're late every day.
Look, why don't we just stagger our lunch breaks? That way everyone has a time that they can leave.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
Now, thank you, Howard. I'd like to thank you for being so supportive of all these changes.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
I'd like to raise another observation. There's been a tremendous power shift between some employees, and I just don't know how that happened.
Well,
No, I'll take care of this one, Charlotte. Look, there's not been a power shift. There's simply been a restructuring of titles to better accommodate workflow and project prioritization.
My title was never changed.
Neither is mine.
My title barely changed, but only enough to re-encompass the new responsibilities I've taken on since this power shift. Title restructuring.
Exactly. We simply wanted to better focus it on responsibilities and help this department in accomplishing its mission.
That's right. We just want to assure that everyone has a bright future and helps contribute to the success of our mission.
I would like to also contribute to the success of the mission, but I feel like we all have to be on the same level field, playing by the same rules.
We are. We're all playing for the same
And
team.
whose team is that?
I think what Clint is trying to say is that we all need to work together and support each other as a family. There seems to be a lot of complicated issues that everyone is concerned with.
Exactly, and these were issues, I remind you, Charlotte, that were here before I arrived. And I've been working diligently to improve them.
That's great, but we just need to refocus our energy on recreating the positive work environment that we had before.
Good idea. And where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Still here, I hope. I mean, I really enjoy the benefits, and I think that this department can make a difference in the university.
Good, good. You know, your success is our success. However, I want you to be constantly thinking about ways you can improve this department and secure your position here.
Is my position with this department questionable?
No, of course not. Not yet, anyway.
Oh, I was going to ask, has there been any new progress with the Employee of the Month program? See, this was proposed before Clint came to the office, and I was...
Yes, Howard, we've been working on that, and that should be introduced, I think, early next week.
Oh, great.
Everybody will get a fair chance at being Employee of the Month.
Of course, Mary.
Of course, I mean, any individual that shows enough motivation and effort will be rewarded accordingly.
It's just difficult to see any progress being made if our current effort isn't being noticed.
Perhaps there's not enough effort to be noticed.
Excuse me?
I'm just saying that when Clint first came to this office, he expected the best from our department, and that's what we should be giving him.
And I think that's what we've all been trying to do since the transition.
And no one is questioning that.
Okay, to be frank, ever since Clint came on as associate director, there's been quite a lot of favoritism going on.
How so?
Well, there's obviously a coalition going on between Clint and Howard. Ann and I work far harder than Howard, yet he never gets in trouble.
Now, wait a minute.
No,
that's...
it's true. Clint's a sexist because he doesn't want the women in the department to succeed.
Yeah, and he's a racist also.
Okay. Those are powerful accusations just to be throwing out there.
Especially when they're based on complete nonsense. I treat everyone in this department equally and fairly.
Yeah, it's not my fault if I exceed in levels that you don't. That's not discrimination.
I don't discriminate.
Okay, claiming sexual and racial discrimination are both huge, difficult battles to do anything with. So I assure you, as director, that everyone is considered equal in this department.
I have been given so much more work to do and have never been recognized. And Howard over there gets away with so much, and Clint doesn't even care.
Look, Ann, you're the one who wanted more responsibility. You're the one who said you could do the job better than Mary.
What?
That was in confidence?
You think you can do a better job than me?
No, of course not. I mean, I just knew you needed a break. You know, after the divorce.
Everyone knew you were having a rough time.
You see, Mary? Everyone agrees with me. I'm not being a sexist by transferring some of your responsibilities. I'm being an accommodating director to your situation. Ever since the divorce, you
Okay,
haven't
that's
exactly...
enough. I don't let my personal issues into the workplace, and I've never let it affect my performance.
We're not saying that, Mary. I think what Clint is trying
What Clint
to
is trying to say is that he wants me gone because he's afraid I'll get his job.
That's ridiculous.
Like you could get that position.
Oh, like hell I could. Who are you to talk? You were given one extra assignment and freaked out.
You're just jealous.
Ladies, see, Howard, this is exactly what I was talking about.
What?
Okay. Let's settle down.
No, I would like to know exactly what Clint is talking about.
Ladies, I wasn't implying anything discriminatory. I'm just saying that you both can be so petty about the most insignificant issues.
There's nothing insignificant. I know I can do a better job.
You can't even handle what you have now.
Whatever, Howard. You don't do anything around the office and you get away with it because you're a man.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
Okay, look, I just want all of my projects that were given to Anne restored back to me. It's not fair, and I can do a good job with them.
Look, you're all just upset because there have been changes in your title. I assure you, this is all for the best.
Okay, Charlotte, this man is ridiculous. Do you agree with him?
Charlotte, would you please clarify for everyone their roles and responsibilities in this unit?
Charlotte, could you please clarify what we're supposed to be discussing here? I mean, Anne and Mary are always late.
Charlotte, can you please just explain to my employees that they need to adapt to my new infrastructure for the better of the department and university?
Stop. Stop.
What I want to do, real quick, is I just want to shuffle you around a little. So, Clint, could you come over here for a minute? And Mary, could you? That's a little bit different, right? Get to sit with some new people. So.
I wanted to thank you again for coming to the meeting, and I did want to talk about our agenda real quick. I wanted to hand you.
I do want to make sure, as your director, that we hear all the perspectives that we need to hear.